And from the left, the Griffin Spitz. Sent straight out to India in 1945. So this is one of the ultimate Spitfires. The Griffin engine had almost 2,000 horsepower. Now bear in mind that the 1934 Spitfire had just under 1,000 horsepower. It was essentially the same airframe. It just shows how versatile that airframe designed by R.J. Mitchell was. The number 2 aircraft, also an FR-14 from France. That's flown by our friend Baptiste Sally from Ferté-LA. He flew the Corsair earlier on. A multi-talented gentleman. Leading aircraft is Alex Smee. He flies for Draken International. He flies an aircraft that provides target practice for the Royal Air Force and the Royal Navy. Not real target practice, I hasten to add.
G-34.
Used for fighter reconnaissance. Earlier iterations of the Spitfire were unarmed with photograph, so cameras on the back end. They were kind of for strategic reconnaissance. These are tactical reconnaissance. These are aircraft that the general can send up at a moment's notice to go and photograph things that he's interested in attacking. They've got cameras behind the pilot, one camera pointing in each direction, and the pilot would fly at low level, taking pictures at the side of his aeroplane of whatever the general wants to see, and would return those photographs for instant tactical analysis for artillery strikes. You'll notice as they come past, the first aircraft is what's called a low-back Spitfire. It's got a bubble canopy, which was a late war addition to the Spitfire range. The back one has got a high back.
Section. We do then have white section. Rob Gould is flying in a lovely Mark V Spitfire. That is from the fighter collection EP-120. We have George A. Hay in his Mark 16, the American Mark II with white 2. Stop talking now. This is definitely time to get your cameras ready. In from the right hand side, a beautiful 9-ship of Spitfires.
I don't know, both of us, Mike and myself, take people flying in our 2-seat Spitfire here, and it surprised me over the years how the aircraft has a connection with the British public long after the people who actually saw it flying in 1940s are gone. We thought the actual would be a fall-off in interest in Spitfire flights here at Sywell, but the next generation still have that connection with the aeroplane.
I'm just going to keep quiet as they come in now to, I think, reverse the formation. And reversing, says Paul. letting it out and tightening it was Paul's command. He's just backing off the pull a little bit as they position off crowd, so at the far side of us, just in case the wind is drifting us towards the display line, he could just control the formation to bring it nice and close towards us, but not over that line that is established by the rules set by the Civil Aviation Authority.
Flying there, but you've got to appreciate that the gentlemen at the back of the formation have got a much more difficult job than at the front. If anybody at the front of the formation so much as twitches, that gets sent down the line of aircraft like a cracking of a whip. So poor guys in the back in the Griffin Spitfires are having to work as much harder than the guys at the front, who are doing a fabulous job.
And they're being led by a Mark.IX Spitfire flown by Dan Griffith. Finish up the middle section, white 3. Ben Cox is flying that two-seater, the only two-seater in this formation, ML407, the grey Spitfire, which we will talk very much more about in a minute. So coming round from the right-hand side now, I just heard Paul say this is the last pass in formation, so we'll get ready to see what happens next.
I don't think you'll be disappointed.
But it's very well choreographed, I can assure you. Paul leading now, a 9-ship tail chase. We're just going to turn our microphones off, watch and listen to this incredible sight and sound.